With summertime approaching, man, you gotta have some summertime fits. Not springtime fits, not winter fits, not fall fits, summer fits. And as we know with TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, the trends be changing all the time, and it can be very hard to keep track. So, for this segment, we want to talk a little bit about, for us, what we're doing for the summer. And by no mean is this influenced by what the trends are or anything, but just what we think might be good options for you, some options to wear. And I will start by saying I actually would have had to wear for work recently, which is jorts. Now, before you get on my case, I've been a jorts hater my entire life. My entire life. The kid I hated the most in middle school wore jorts, and I associated them with him. So that was already just a no-go. But, when I was told, hey, man, if it's hot out and you're wearing shorts, it's got to be jorts and below the knees. Two things I'm uncomfortable with. I'd be wearing shorts above the knees and just not jorts. So I was like, all right, this is an extra challenge now. So I wore them for the first time, and I won't lie, man. My life changed in that moment. I was like, hold on, there's something here. There's something here. The shape, the way they fit, the drape, and the footwear you can match them with. There's some real potential there. And then the wash of the denim as well, that has a big impact too. So I personally like darker wash denim, so like a dark blue or a black, but honestly, a light wash denim could also work out pretty well. And you don't necessarily have to wear jorts for the summer, but what I am saying is think of an article of clothing that maybe you haven't been comfortable with in the past, or maybe you have bad ideas with, and think, hold on, let me just try it. Let me thrift a piece for $5-10 and just see how it looks if I try to style it properly. So I would recommend just pushing yourself a little bit in the direction that makes you a bit uncomfortable.
That's good, man. I will say too, man. Well, when I think of George, I think of John Cena, man. So I'm glad to see that he
Fair
has
enough.
some kind of influence in the fashion world these days. But me too, man. I think I felt I used to wear jorts as a kid, so I was never like a crazy hater on them, but obviously I saw how much they became kind of memed, and I think we all fall victim to like the trends. We all fall victim to what the status quo is. I think that's a given. But I will say too, this is gonna be my first summer in a while wearing jorts again, and I will say I'm a fan of it, man. I'm not I thought I was gonna be a little bit uncomfortable by them, but because it just gives heavy like early mid 2000s vibes, and I'm always a big fan of that kind of oversized look. I think I've always been appreciative of that, but to see it come back so quickly, I think has kind of been interesting. It's kind of been funny, and I think a part of the reason why I was a little bit skeptical about the whole thing was that I think I'm getting to the point, or I'm getting to the age where I'm like, man, like, I don't know if I'm young enough to be wearing what the kids are wearing, because this is very much so what I feel like the high school students are wearing, what people in college are wearing. Granted, I'm only a few years removed from college, but there's times where I'm like, man, I don't know if this is something that I can rock with. But I also don't want to be one of those like adults who get stuck in like a certain era of fashion, which I think I've seen before as well. But yeah, man, I'm all for the jorts, man. I'm all for the I feel like I find myself wearing a lot of like plain tees, but occasionally I will wear like a graphic tee here and there. And I will say what the jorts have made me more comfortable doing that I haven't been comfortable with in the past. It's wearing like bulkier sneakers, or sneakers that are just a little bit bigger, like something like a pair of like Jordan 6s, which I previously was not comfortable really wearing a whole lot. I think with Jorts, because they kind of do have that drapey look, my fear with a shoe like the Jordan 6s, or even like a pair of like foam posits, for example, which I also own, is that like I don't want to feel like I'm wearing like a boot on my sneaker. Like I don't want my shoe to like overtake my outfit by so much. But the jorts, because they do kind of have like this like baggy shape, I think it makes it so that the sneaker isn't super overwhelming. And I think we're living in that era where we're seeing a lot of boot like sneakers being worn with shorts. I know people are doing the Tims with shorts look. I think Lil Yachty is to be thanked for that, depending on how you feel about that trend. But it's interesting. But I've been a fan of it so far. You know, like this whole look. There's some things that I just will never get on board with, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But I will say the jorts and the tees and the sneakers, I think it's a very like standard kind of outfit, but I've been liking it, man. It's I've seen the tides are changing, and I'm not hating it. I think I'm liking it so far.
Interesting. I will say for one, I am not wearing jorts. Not that I have anything against jorts. You know, I like Eric grew up with the Jort goat and Cena, so and I always had a soft spot for them, but I never. Maybe I owned a pair of jorts when I was a kid, but I haven't worn any jorts at least in the last 10 years. I think if I'm gonna wear a short, because I very, very rarely wear shorts outdoors. Like I always wear pants. I can't stand the mosquitoes coming for me, so I take any protection I can. So I only wear shorts really at home. But um, if I were to wear shorts outdoors, it would be cargo shorts. I know. And if you could not tell by other fashion segments we've done, I know nothing about trends. Like I clearly do not keep up. So I don't know people wear cargo shorts or they don't, but I don't
That's
care.
the beauty of it, though. That's the
Yeah,
beauty of it.
clearly
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
We need to get away from the trend cycle, man. That's what's causing all the overconsumption and people not having their own style because they're just chasing the trend.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. For me, it's all about majorly about utility. That's why the cargo shorts. I need the pockets. I need the extra pockets. Even in the summer, I'll push it, and you guys know this. I'll push it. I'll wear jackets or a windbreaker or a hoodie or something as much as possible for the extra pockets. Y'all know I will wear a hoodie, and toward the end of May, I'll be pushing it, bro. But even if it's less than 75, tomorrow I'm going out with a windbreaker just to have extra pockets. Like today I went out with this jersey, and I didn't have the pockets like up here, and I was missing them badly. I just need the utility of pockets, but I did have my cargo pants, so I had those extra pockets. You know, so I always carry a bunch of extra stuff that I need access to. Like I don't like having stuff that I have to go in my bag for. Like I want to, especially because I walk around with a camera a lot too. I like just being able to reach into my pocket, grab it, things like that. So I would wear a cargo short over a jort personally, but I do like jorts. I can see them. I see them come back a lot. I will say something I have been wearing. If we're talking about summer, is I bring back out the bucket hat. And y'all know I'd be spamming the bucket hat when the time comes. Especially because I have a massive head, and then I also now have long hair as well. Almost no hat ever fits my head. Like I've been blessed recently to find some beanies that fit my head for the winter. But I found this website, no plug because they ain't paying us. Actually, shout out to all my big head fellas out there. I'm going to give you a little game right now. Odd Job Hats. It's a website I found. I bought a bucket hat from them maybe 5 years ago at this point. They have larger hats for people with massive heads. I bought a bucket hat from them. I've been spamming it ever since, bro. It fits perfectly. It just I love it so much. Odd Job Hats. Shout out to y'all. If you want to sponsor us, we'll take it. But that's free promo for you. Bucket hats, that's on my vibe. Because no fitted is fitting my head, no snapback. I'm gonna have to push it to the last button, and then all of a sudden it's bursting open when I'm out and outdoors. Like it's not worth it, bro. So for me, bucket hats in the summer for sure.
I respect that, man. I miss my bucket hats. They're in my storage unit right now. But that's a solid pick, honestly. I want to say it was trending a couple years ago, but that's another one that's timeless, and utility, you getting the neck coverage too.
Exactly.